Greetings, housemates, and welcome back to Learn to Play Endless Legend. We were just attacked by the Sisters of Mercy, and we're going to take a look at this fight. Now, they're attacking us real close to their own home village, but that home village's defenders will not join in the roaming armies battles. Plus, we can back everyone up with our hero, or not, as we choose. We're going to go ahead and back them up. One, because our hero is super boss, and two, because it's more important our hero gets XP than anyone else. So we're going to tell these guys to pull back. We're not going to micromanage this too hard. Sisters of Mercy, they're disease immune, which is great. They have the Benediction ability, which gives if you tell them to target a friendly unit with their attacks, they'll provide immunity to disease to the target and adjacent units, and they will heal them some. As support healers, they're really not much of a threat in combat to us. And that's why we left their village untouched. Even though by destroying it and rebuilding it we could have got a point of population, it's not really worth it. Note they're also equipped with spears, so that they are cavalry slayers, which we have nothing to fear from either. So we can just let the battle play out. Note that we have 4 units on the field and 2 more in reserve, 2 more militia. And then they have 2 units on the field, 0 in reserve. Down here, note that our defense is so high that they can't actually critically hit or even normally hit my hero. At best, they're going to do half damage. At worst, none or 1, like 99% damage reduction. We, on the other hand, have a better than even, not quite a better than even chance of doing full or more. Now, are they ranged units? Yeah, they're not actually ranged units, so they're not suffering a morale hit from us being around. But we are, of course, just crushing it. We're going to have the most buff militia ever. So that was just the first 2 rounds. Nothing for us to worry about, but did want you to see it. I want to take a look at their abilities. They heal you for an amount equal to 15% of their actual damage value. Oh, and they make you immune to anything that lowers your stats as well. So you're immune to disease and stat lowering effects, which is not bad. Not bad. A good support infantry unit, but definitely no match for our units, even if we were level 1 on the field. Since we brought so many units to the fight, we only have 3.5 XP each, but, you know, every little bit helps, and our hero leveling up is what's most important. Now, since we were attacked, we didn't actually lose our attack action point, so let's go ahead and go at it. Now, you'll note when I right-click hover over this enemy village, it doesn't actually include our city within the zone. Which means we won't receive any support. It'll be our 2 foragers versus their 3 justiciars, but that's not a problem. And let's go ahead and show you just a little more combat. Note that their power is roughly like a 1/5 of ours. Despite there being 2 of us wounded, we're much deadlier, and they're pure support units. This is why some units are much easier to pick on when they're minor factions than others. Let's go ahead and move out here so that we don't get stuck moving through. Remember, we've only got 3 movement. If this guy went first, which he won't, these guys going first, if they were here, they'd use 2 of their movement to go through the forest, 1 to go here, and they wouldn't actually be able to attack. Here, however, they will get to attack. And we don't even have to tell them to move here. If we tell them to attack here, they go first. The only way they can get at these guys is to move into this tile and stop. Now, They have the most health, so I'm perfectly fine with them taking the counterattack from these guys. Then these two will have even health, and they'll be on about the same footing when they come back around. And then these guys will attack, and they won't suffer a counterattack. Yeah. Now, this unit's defense is 50% better, but that's not going to help much. Sadly, our sweep strike back is not going to make any difference. And since they have 3 units, we're not actually going to be able to kill them unless we let some of those units, they can only reinforce here. So what we actually need to do is give them a little space, and we'll see if that'll let us draw out the rest of the Justiciars. Because otherwise, we're not going to get to kill them all. And we know that's what it's all about. Whoa, cool attack. But it's fine, because as long as we keep them bottled up, we limit the amount of times they can overwhelm us, and we increase our morale against them. So we're not going to wipe this village out, but that's fine because it gives us more time to regenerate. And it lets us double team, or yeah, it lets us tag team their units while they only have 1 unit left to respond. Note again, your combat may be different. I have mine to automate every other turn because I think that improves it helps me improve more quickly in management of the combat system, which I'm sure will be important later. Plus, it's really fast. It keeps even late game combats from taking all that long. All right, so we can't attack again. We're out of action points. These guys saw a lot of combat and are well towards level 3 early on in the game, which is great. And of course, remember, we are collecting cadavers so that we can get another stockpile going. Movement, they can still move, but I have nowhere for them to go. So that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. You got to see a little bit of combat. You get an idea of what the Sisters of Mercy can do. And once again, you get a feel for how to draw in the maximum number of forces. Because we were standing a little bit closer to our city, we were just 1 tile back from where we are now. When they attacked us, we got to pull in 4 extra units, which let these guys have enough health to make this assault, and then assault again next turn. So thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this early game Necrophage combat, and if you enjoyed the video or learned something, like it, subscribe, and remember, it's all downhill from here.